We're continuing where we left off with our boyfriend.
I'm done. Roses!
Anyways, we basically don't have any reason to be outside anymore. Other than, like, every season just to hang out with Dice. Unless...
No, since we completed our mission of him being our significant other, we can abandon him now.
Basically, so...
To focus on the story.
Huh?
To focus on the story.
Either way, the story has a whole bunch of characters, so what character are we going to focus on now? Is there anyone that you specifically would like to hang out with more? Do you want...
Aren't we having some sort of rebellion problem issue with Sims and stuff?
Yeah, so we would technically have to go into the garrison, but that would mean we're hanging out with Base.
No, we don't have to. Because we would just have to explore the regular area to go meet with Sim.
That we have the what?
Technically, to go outside to meet with Sim to talk to him.
Sim is dead! Did you forget that? What is wrong with you?
No! I forgot! No, okay.
Sim died last video, and we got Dice.
Okay, so then
remember, because
then
yeah.
What is? Wait, are we still in mourning period? No, we're not.
Nope. We're in heroic, and we are smitten. Okay.
Okay. So, do we have materials to give people in the first place? No, we do not. Because Tammy, Tangent, no, do we got no gifts for them?
So you want me to go outside and get more flowers? That's what you're asking?
Doesn't she like medicinal roots too?
Her?
Yes.
No. I think only out of those two, only Dice do. I think Vase likes medicinal roots. And then Nomi likes everything. Of course, flowers for Mom, food for Barber Boy, cake for Rex, but only on his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, really, unless we want to start being friends with him.
I don't know.
We could hang out more with Mars and do the Secret Fun Times Club.
Okay.
Or working in the depot. Wait, what? Have you seen Dice around anywhere? Mars asked. I was just thinking, I haven't seen him in literal ages. Is he still out there playing Explorer? Why?
Because exploring is just cool, I guess.
We can work in the depot. And we can deliver supplies. Organizing and perception.
Go visit the supply depot. I want to see what's inside the thing.
That is what's inside. Because remember, you said you either wanted to get the backpack or do you want it to get the superhero cape, and we don't have enough for either one of those. So,
so what is our animals? Our animals are there, and then
because this is to draw an extra card, and that would have been.
Should we sell one of the what was it called? Go to the spot and sell one of the cards.
That's not selling the cards, and that's going to cost 50 kudos.
I mean, we have too many baby week cards, and things are getting harder and harder.
We can only get rid of 2 of them, and don't be asking to go back to the depot because we ain't got the money.
I know that.
All right.
That's why we're going to be hanging out in the Secret Times Fun Club, because we're going to be making money there.
Visit the spa. Our cards to that become brain, so that actually helps.
Okay, take the baby card, because there's too many 1 cards and baby cards.
It'd be best just to take the baby cards, because we can only afford to take away 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take that baby card and that baby card.
Okay, forget.
Okay, permanently forget giggling. And then, because that's a wild card, so the value can be anything.
There's a red baby card.
Uh-huh. There. So we have no more. Alright, so what shall we do now? Should we go and learn, or should we hang out with Mars and work?
Work.
Alright.
And then the next month we learn.
Okay, we'll work in the depot. You pass the construction yard on your way to the depot. Rex waves you over. Hey, come take a look at this, he says, leading you over to where a portion of the heliosphere is being married to the old living quarters with scaffolding of mushwood. Isn't this wild? It's like our two ships are actually becoming one. He throws his arm around your shoulder. It's like a metaphor. Get it? The colony and us from the Helio learning how to work together. How we build our environment affects how we live, you know? You should come by and help me, he continues. It's really fun. You get to build things, and the construction crew is really nice. And you get to hang out with me.
So a dog boy wants a stick. Okay, get him a stick.
Wait, why not start right now? He hands you a plastic cutter gun-shaped tool and emits a thin beam of superheated plasma. No time like the present, right? Seek says we always need more workers here. But you have another job that you promised to do. Yeah, our toughness is bullshit.
So that means...
I mean, we can just hang out.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say...
You don't work very hard, honestly. Construction work looks exhausting, and you'd rather just talk to Rex than get all sweaty carrying stuff and hammering and whatnot.
I want to see Rex get a stick.
Why?
Because he's dog boy.
He's slutty dog boy. What do you think he'll do with the stick?
Why have you made it turn bad?
Well, we found him in a hammock with someone he's probably slept with. He is slutty right now. And it just seems like it's getting worse every time we hang out with him.
I just want to pet the doggo man.
Be careful when you ask him if you can pet him.
Why must you make everything terrible?
Because he makes everything terrible. He likes double entendres and innuendos. I saw you stop your fork. Okay, it's just a 35, and, really? Okay. So we'll take that and turn that into a 4, have this as 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 a 6, we're done.
Don't work.
A spot where, a car became 4, so playing in the snow got a boost. Alright, it is late quiet. When is Rex's birthday again? So we can just give him the damned cake. Early pollen. And let's go check on Cal. Let's go check on Dad. Let's go check on Mom's grave.
I'm done with you.
Good morning, Petunia. Dad and his plant puns.
It's probably in remembrance of Mom.
Yes. And I don't want this one talking shit about our intelligence. I didn't mean to click you either. Life sciences, engineering, or humanities, because we do not have enough.
Have weak baby limbs?
Huh?
Have you forgotten we've gotten sold for our weak baby limbs?
No, we actually don't have weak baby limbs because the toughness branch is where we excel almost the most in, without like a whole bunch of modifications to boost it, you know? So like it's still going to be reasoning and organization if we do life sciences or engineering. Humanities will be up in the empathetic area. So
okay. Do studying, I guess.
Which ones? Sciences, engineering, or humanities? All of them say study.
The one that gives reasoning.
So, life sciences or engineering?
Engineering.
Okay. To further your engineering knowledge, you're taking a mini class with Chief Engineer Instance on the construction and maintenance of your holopalms. These devices are engineered bismuth crystals embedded in your palms when you start school. They use the heat and electric current of the human body to power themselves, to talk to each other, and to connect to the holonet. Congruence is massive repository of information. You can barely remember life before yours. Holopalms were commonplace by the time the Vertruma group first formed on Earth, and the square bismuth is grown in the lab, Instance explains. So the physical device itself isn't hard to maintain. The difficulty is the display and touch interface. Instance opens her holopalm, displaying a visible projected screen floating above her palm. As chief engineer, she also has one of the fancier versions that combines with a pair of glasses to superimpose a projection right into what she sees. The interface relies on plasma voxel generators,
The fuck?
which require extremely small components that are impossible to nanoprint. The material will have to be mined from Ventruma itself. Tang raises a hand. Is it possible to hack these devices? She asks. If the biological/electronic interface is so thin, is it possible to hack the human body?
You just hate your body, don't you, girl?
In a way, we've already begun to hack the human body, Instance replies. Do you recall gene tech? Everything the body does is capable of depends on 4 nucleobases.
So
In
the
different
stem cells.
No. It's no different than congruence. Human and artificial intelligence are both built from a limited code and are transformed into more by the building, aka DNA.
Oh.
Your genetic enhancements, super hearing and sight, temperature regulation, increased resistance to fear, disease, and fatigue, are all present in the human genome and unlocked by the power of science.
Y'all lost me with them nerd talk.
The class splits into working groups to explore installing modules onto your holopalm. You and Tangent are in a group together. She begins installing a mod that will let her scan inorganic materials and get a reading of their chemical compositions. What do? Try to remove it, learn from Tangent, but we're smart enough to just download our own modifications.
Why you give science brain dog herd brain? All I just heard was DNA means anything. That's all I understood.
Well, yeah, the DNA sequence has different genomes on it, and you can technically turn them on and off using gene therapy, which is kind of the reason why Tangent is the way that she is, because they use gene therapy to have her become a girl. And this is kind of the same thing as hormone replacement therapy for the transgender community. Because as you're basically putting those hormones within your body to superimpose over the hormones that were there as your biologic gender, it would start giving you the secondary sex characteristics. For women, like breasts, hips, and all of that. And with men, like the deepening of their voice and like hair on their face and stuff like that. So in a way, it is turning off and on genes, but using a hormone to trigger it. And this,
isn't stem cell? Well, I can't say stem cells the same, but can stem cells turn into anything?
yeah, stem cells are the blank cells. Like usually, those are what are started when someone conceives a child, and they slowly become other cells throughout life. The whole problem people have with the stem cells was thinking, oh, it's aborted babies that are being used as stem cells. No, stem cells are found in the cord blood of the umbilical cord. So if you actually consent to getting that cord blood saved and stored, then like if there are any kind of genetic problems with your child later on, they can use the cord blood and the stem cells within it to help remedy that disease. So like a lot, especially like with the diseases like with the brain and stuff, I think that they were trying to use stem cells to help with that, since they would basically start turning into brain cells to help remedy things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and stuff. And people were thinking it's playing God because
it's like the origin and then you're branching out to become anything it needs to be.
I mean, in a way, but it's more like because the best place to find stem cells are with embryos. Everyone is just like, oh, you're a baby killer if you're using this stem cell stuff. Like,
no,
like it can be if like people are using ethics, yes, that can be a thing, but it's not always a thing. Because think about, because it also is used by the pregnant mother, because if something happens to her, the baby's stem cells will like release from the baby and go into her to remedy wherever that issue is in her. So like it's more, it's like mom's helping baby, baby's gonna help mom. It's just like there's so much ethics and red tape when it comes to stuff like this that most progression can't be done. But there is, you can basically do that and manipulate genes and basically make yourself quote unquote designer babies. And this was like another hot topic a couple of years ago. So like you can manipulate genes to express the genes that you want. And I know that there was also like a experimental group of children who genetically have 3 parents. So they were really like working with this and manipulating like all the children. I think the children may have graduated high school by now. So like yeah, they've actually tried working this out, and like the kids don't have any genetic abnormalities for having 3 genetic donors or anything like that. So it is a progress thing, but it's just because
of ethics.
Yeah. Okay, so we really got off tangent with tangent. So let's download our own mod. Tang raises an eyebrow, impressed. What module do you choose? A nanogram puzzle game, something to help find lost objects, radar speed gun, bacteria sniffing sensor. A puzzle game, something to help find lost objects, a speed gun to find out how fast things are going, or a bacteria sniffing sensor. Actually, that would be good if you have wounds. Like if it's infected or something. Any idea?
But what about finding lost objects, though? Because you never know, like, if, let's say we're trying to look for something, and then as long as we have, you know, some sort of resemblance in the system, we can track it.
But there's also a question. Would you remember what you lost?
That's what the holopalm is for. It has the database.
I mean, yeah. But like,
well, and let's not forget, even if you don't have the database for that, but as long as you have the right references, they can find something that's familiar.
True. But I'm thinking about in the sense of you and me. Like, we could forget an object, lose the object, and then we're trying to describe the object, we can't describe it.
I mean, like, that's true, but we have to think of it as Solana there.
And Solana isn't really all that good. You're thinking if you were Tangent.
Why are you must bully our child? Our child? Why you're bullying our child?
Because we went outside and played and ate dirt. That's why. Oh my God. But yeah, I'll click the lost objects thing. Ding, a portion of Congress's immense...
What do we get? What was the book's name?
Organizing.
Oh, cool.
Will be dedicated to making sure you'll never lose your canteen or your sunglasses.
Our child is stupid. What?
That's
I was
why
thinking more sophisticated shit, like if you're exploring or ancient tech and shit. And our child was like, if I lost my food, I'll get it back.
That's basically what it was going to do. Lost objects, stuff that you already own. Not like, oh, there's a lost ruin, let's find it. No, it's not going to do that. You were too hopeful.
Why is it making it say our child is ignorant? It's like, oh, our child is ignorant.
Very much so.
I'm thinking so broad because you know how we keep exploring. Like, what if we find something new? That thing can help us on the radar. No, let's go find food. I feel insulted. Our child has been insulted.
Anyway, let's get to work. Okay, we need to make it to a 40, which is 6, 5, 4, 4, 3. I can push through with 30 stress. Or I can just use this yellow flower. Oh, shit, that's right. It can't be changed. It's only 30 stress, and we're only at 44, so that's fine. And then we'll hang out with Dice next season and help get our stress down.
Okay.
got some with Nomi. Late quiet. Early pollen. Alright, where's Rex?
I'm done with this.
It's his birthday.
I still want to give him a stick and see what happens.
And then talking about him being in that hammock with that other person. They're both tussled and kiss betting. I told you he's a whore. Happy birthday. Yes.
Horoses!
There you are. What?
No. It's not gonna be every season. I remember it said it's gonna be every once in a while.
Your device.
I mean, technically, already at the 100. I don't think we have to give him anything anymore.
I know, but that is still our boyfriend.
Mm.
That's his boyfriend. We have to like him.
We have to. Why have to make it like it's a job? Oh my god! What are you thinking?
Okay, hold on. We are 17 years old. It took us 7 goddamn years.
Okay.
7 motherfucking years to get his ass.
I understand. We suffered too much to get that for.
Evelyn, we had to deal with Dice like freaking Catwoman had to deal with Batman. She had to put in the work for years to get that motherfucker.
That's true.
It's a job.
That's true. That Dice is a crazy.
It's a job.
Dice is so much work.
We're relaxing in the lounge then.
Okay.
The last time there was a baby in the colony, you were basically a child yourself. You don't remember babies being so loud. The adults are very empathetic to the colicky, fussy echinacea, but every time you've seen Tammy since the baby arrived, she's looked more tired. At night, you can hear them all the way in your room. Echinacea's tiny choking shrieks, and Tammy singing to her until her voice gets hoarse. What? I can see the hamster trying to run on the wheel, but he is scared.
I'm thinking, do you think Tammy had sexual intercourse, or she just went to the, like, because you know how we were talking about all that nonsense?
Because they didn't say that she had it the old-fashioned way. She had, like, talked to an instance and her dad and
injection.
Injection.
No, isn't it to be like a surrogate? Well, technically a surrogate, you don't have to have intercourse. You just move an injection into your eggs or something.
Okay, you want me to explain this one for you?
No.
Because it literally means they have put a tiny vacuum up there, get the egg out, and then in a lab they put a sperm cell into it.
And then shove it back in?
No, they have to shoot it with electric current so it will actually start propagating and start trying to develop into an embryo and then put it back in.
Why does that sound terrifying?
You really didn't know how in vitro fertilization worked?
I literally thought they just fucking stabbed.
No, like the whole stabbing thing is if you were donating eggs, they would have to stab you with an injection of hormones, because when cells divide for sex cells, you actually do technically make 4 egg cells, but only one of them is viable. The others are basically sterile and can't actually propagate into a baby. So, but with men, when replication for sperm cells, all 4 of the ones that are created are viable. So when you get those injections, it's to make sure that all of the egg cells that your body produces each month are viable. So then you can go and donate them, and they would take technically it's like a vacuum tube, but they would put it up there and collect the eggs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why is that so painful?
This is also why, well, no, if you wanted to be a surrogate, they want you to at least have had a child. It's required that you would had to have had at least 1 kid before you become a surrogate.
How come?
That I honestly don't know. Because when I was working
maybe
with...
it's because the body will be already functioned to be used to it or something?
I guess. When I was trying to get with the job with FedEx, the girl that I was riding with was a surrogate. And she was kind of explaining it to me. Yeah.
Cheers.
Alright. Everyone expected.
Tammy took the painful route? Or did she attack Cal?
Did she take the sci-fi route or the rom-com route?
Because she was screaming 20 babies in her younger years.
I mean, everyone expected Tammy to rely on Auntie Anne in the new creche, letting her watch Echinacea just like she watched all of you when you were babies. But for some reasons, Tammy's been stubbornly trying to do it alone. Maybe because she has so much experience from volunteering in the old creche, Tammy thinks she doesn't need the help. Even when
Hey, bro, Tammy, why are you being a sass queen? I mean, we want sass queen, but why are you being sass queen of rudeness?
Because she always wanted kids and she wants to prove that she can do it.
But she always proved she can do it since the day she was helping in the creche.
But this is her own kid, so she has to take care of them 24/7. She only helped out in the creche and she got to go home to a quiet place. So this is like a whole different thing. But she still is trying like her damnedest to be a good mom. Even when she does put Echinacea in the creche, it's because Tammy's right there, still caring for her. Then the things Tammy would normally help with get backed up, which makes her even more stressed. Auntie Anne has tried to convince Tammy to not be so controlling. It takes a community to raise a child. You've all grown up believing that, but whenever anyone even insinuates Tammy might not be all Echinacea needs, she starts crying and yelling at them.
Wait.
You never seen Tammy yell. It's really unsettling.
That's why I said Tammy is unhinged.
Yeah, Tammy might be having some postpartum as well. Because it might be she's getting really stressed and things are like not going the way she expected.
She thought it might be the same way like as it was in the creche.
Yeah. Like, oh, the babies are so cute.
No, babies are stressful.
Yeah, like, oh, like when I put her down, she's gonna sleep. She's gonna, when I give her food, she's gonna eat. She'll do this. She'll do that.
No, they're precious little demons. They're like they screaming,
yeah,
pooping, crying, screaming, pooping, crying, screaming, pooping, eating, crying, screaming, vomiting, burping, crying, and lots of sleep. But you love doing it because it's your precious child that you give birth to. So props to the moms out there.
I'm sorry, but if I ever have a kid, its nickname is Little Shit until it's 3 years old. I will call it Lils in public. You're Little Shit in private, but you are Little S in public. And I will even give them a name that starts with S just so I can cover my own ass.
I'm gonna call my little demon. The hyperactive
little shit and little demon.
Because I can just like with my ADHD nonsense and my hyperactive when I have my sugar rush moments, I can just imagine my descendant being worse than me, and I'm just like, what have I done?
So my mom said like I was actually a really good baby and like a quiet baby, and pretty much anyone who had to take care of me didn't really have a problem with me. And
so that means your descendant is gonna have a problem then. If there's a quiet one, the next one's gonna be the loud one.
That's my brother. So like I remember we were talking about something and like the topic of kids came up. She's like, if your brother ever has kids, we're gonna need tranquilizer darts because those little monsters are gonna take us. And it's like, okay. And then she just looks at me and is like, I have a feeling if you have kids, your kids will be so quiet it's disturbing. It's just like...
No, they would be so quiet that it's disturbing with weird knowledge facts that nobody pays attention to.
My mom told me that I was actually holding books upright since I was like 6 months old. I would never tear a book. So, I'm pretty sure she was unsettled by me.
You said, how did I give birth to this?
Today,
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in your gene that they had a quiet person and it finally came out. From how you told me how chaotic your family rooms are.
But then again, I don't really know how my siblings on my dad's side were when they were little.
So maybe there's a quiet one there.
Yeah. I know my chest size came from my dad's side.
Then again, now I'm thinking about my family. I think I got my chest size problem from my dad's side too.
Yeah, and I have 2 half sisters to prove it. We're all...
I got my aunties from my dad's side to prove it.
Yeah. We're all top heavy off of dad.
Yeah, and then my mom looking at me like... You look just like your dad. I'm like, no, that was me, man. He's
Yeah.
like, you got your hair from your dad, your fist from your dad. And I'm just looking, man, what's going on?
Yeah, my mom says I look like my dad. I walk like my dad.
You're basically the female version of your dad. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Just as long as your mom doesn't call your dad a bald-headed bastard. Okay?
Don't choke on the cake.
Don't choke on carrot cake. Okay. Today you find Tammy in the lounge, bouncing a squawking echinacea on her shoulder. Through her movements are light and happy. Her face is empty. Like she is totally checked out. Oh my gosh, she became a modern mom. She is just checked out, just like, there. It's okay.
I'm while thinking of someone, how many shit I gotta do. Is the house clean? Is that, do I have the baby formula?
Hey, Solana.
She became a ma'am.
Summoning up a smile as you approach. Sorry, am I being loud? I can go somewhere else. How are you? Why doesn't Cal help? Or can you do that somewhere else?
I'm pretty sure with how Cal's happy-go-luckiness, he would love to help. He always likes helping people.
Should we ask?
No, how are you? I would say, let's say how is she?
Just that Echinacea starts howling her little lungs, making a truly impressive sound.
Who inherited the bloody murder voice?
And Tammy falters. Shh. She shushes. Mommy's got this. It's okay. Tammy has not got this, and she knows it.
No. Whose genes that baby got the screamingness from?
Friendship with Tammy 80 or greater, we can watch our baby for.
Obviously, click that button. Save the Tam-Tams.
All right.
Oh.
And it's a little squeaky. And look, she's got the little tattoo.
Oh, she looks like a pretty mom. She's so happy.
She's trying her damnedest.
God damn it.
She's got her ears. She's got her ears.
Oh, she got the same augmentation. Or no, wait,
it's genetic now. Because her dad also had it.
Did she got the screaming baby nonsense from the cow? Because remember how we met
We
Cal's
don't
mom?
know. But the thing is, we don't know.
That's true.
Because it could be just a set of genes that they had, like, in storage, or it could have been cows.
Because they did say they need specific gene type people.
Yes. Tammy brightens. Oh, that's a great idea. Echinacea, I think it's time to meet our very good friend Solana.
No. Cut the word friend and put auntie.
We're non-binary.
Right. No, so then what do we call them then?
The badass one.
No, but okay. So I know we choose non-binary. So what would you name them as a parent? Because you can't say auntie or uncle. So what would you say for a non-binary?
I know if you're in a relationship with them, instead of saying boyfriend or girlfriend, it'd be like NB friend. It's like just trying to say non-binary friend. Like it. And then, like, you can actually have your gender be X if you're non-binary now.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So we actually will have to go and research that a little bit. But honestly, I love this. I love this picture of them too.
Because I'm projecting myself in Solana, so I'm like, I'm a female. So I'm like, you can't call me friend. I'm your goddamn godmother and your auntie.
Oh please, we are siblings. But because we are non-binary, I think...
right, we need a better term. I wonder how you call them. Well, we can say godparent because that's a neutral name.
True.
But we can't say that because...
We're not the parent, but if you are a godparent, that the whole point of that is if anything happens to the parents, they can take over for the baby. So that would still be...
A good term.
Yeah.
Godparent.
But also, if the money ever comes... We can either get like a baby-friendly Squidly. I'm definitely want to get that hot by now. I want that.
No. What we should do is if our poor Solana has chillins, we need the Squidlies and the Hopeyes. And socks.
Yeah. We gotta find socks. But I don't think we have enough friendship with Cal for that. But we'll try. +1 to Tammy's confidence, +2 friendship. You and Tammy fall into a routine where every evening after dinner, you take Echinacea to go for a nice long walk through the gardens. We became second parent.
Hey, I mean, that's the goal we were looking for.
I mean, yeah. Because good mama need a
Now we
need
just
a
need to
rest.
persuade Tam Tams to let Cal help. I'm pretty sure Cal wanted to help, but because I want to
True.
be the best mom.
But also, since we actually have a good reputation with her, that we have our words carry a lot more weight. Getting just a few hours of sleep before staying up for most of the night with echinacea does wonders for Tammy's sanity. As soon as she's confident enough to allow other people to help during the daytime, Cal is relieved. She's been freezing him out as well, insisting that because echinacea is her baby alone, she should be able to handle it. Seeing him hold echinacea, it just looks right. So, yeah, she was keeping him from helping.
So I was right. So that means he was trying to help.
Eventually, Tammy agrees to place echinacea in the creche during the day so she can fully recover from the birth and sort out her mental health. She still spends a lot of time in the creche, but it's because she wants to, not because she feels like she has to prove she's a good mother. It's still hard raising a little baby, but Tammy's going to do great with a little help from the colony that loves her. That was such a good one.
Just don't bring Lum into this bullshit, please.
If Lum touches that baby,
I'm gonna break into the fucking game and rip his hair off. God damn it.
Don't touch the mom and the babe.
Where's the plasma cutter so I can shave your head clean?
Should we get rid of a memory with dice?
No, where's the tranquilizer gun so I can shoot his ass and then make him... No, get an elephant tranquilizer thing.
Tranquilizer?
I know. Get an elephant tranquilizer, shoot his ass, make him faint, toss him in a stupid pod, and shoot him in outer space. No one needs him here.
Tammy wants to talk. Tammy, talk to me. And she's with her dad.
Oh, it's the peepaws.
It's a beautiful day, and you spot Tammy outside.
Is she bad?
Of the lounge enjoying the sun. Her father, Tonin, is there as well, with a supportive hand on her shoulder. Her daughter, Echinacea, is asleep in her arms, her tiny fist curled up beside her face. Tammy looks up at you with a tired smile. She's finally asleep. She says, I think she gets bored of being cooped up inside.
So she's a female version of her dad. I'm curious about her mom.
Wanting to be a mother, Tammy smiles at her dad. It's one thing, and maybe the only thing I've ever been really sure of. She looks down at Echinacea and strokes a gentle fingertip over her chubby brown cheek.
Why are you cold? Why are you frozen?
Because that's a part of my anemia. My extremities are not that warm. I mean, have you ever noticed that my palms are lighter than yours and my fingertips are like a peach color? Despite me being black? My anemia is bad.
I know you get cold, but goddamn.
Yeah. I am the embodiment of the stereotype that women are always cold. And that's why I go for such hot baths, because honestly,
and sadly, you can't get that hot bath you want it.
Not the one that I want.
The only thing I can think of is just boiling water.
True. I can tolerate the heat that we have right now, though.
Why don't you do that? Why at least,
because I would forget the pot.
I mean, I'm there. And I'm always out there for like a good moment before I hit back
until
inside.
you get really into your games.
Because we both would forget water.
We would both forget the pot. I'm sorry. I know you're trying. I know you're helping, and I appreciate that. But we're idiots when it comes to the kitchen.
Yeah, that's true. We were still fighting with the goddamn stove now. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with that stove?
We would probably have to get all of that replaced. Like we're gonna have to eventually figure that one out.
At that point, we just need an electric stove. Like,
Annie was right. We would never make good wives.
What? What? She insulted us about.
We are ladies.
How
are we ever going to find husbands if we cannot clean up after ourselves?
Bitch, we ain't in the medieval times. Get your ass back in that time frame if you want to be the slaves around like
ladies. This is disappointing.
We ain't in the medieval times. Get your ass back in that dynasty area if you want to be slaved around like a bitch. And that's an insult to dogs.
Damn. Okay, let's continue on with
no respect.
Okay, back to Sweet.
We can't even have your own money.
Sweet moments with Tammy. The funny thing is, Tammy muses, I know I should feel scared, but I don't.
I mean, you've been screaming to be a mother for so long.
I know I've been scared my whole life, she laughs quietly to herself. But when I think about being a mother, I can only feel calm. Like, I can be brave. I can do anything as long as it's for my baby.
She's a true ride or die.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you touch the child, I will do things I never thought I can do. I will levitate and get a stick and smack you. Why can't I see Tammy doing that? Oh my god.
She's gonna fight people, and I am living for it. Tammy's father gives her shoulder a squeeze, and she leans against him.
Save the Papa Shit and save the Tam Tams was a good thing to do.
Yep. Even when I was younger and I took care of the children in the old creche, if they
the only
cried,
thing I regret is not being able to save Sim and the mom.
yeah, or were scared, that was the only time I wasn't afraid. She shakes her head. Isn't that funny? Animal parents are fierce protectors too. Or no, you're way stronger than you think.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, we got more confidence?
Yep. Maybe this is what it feels like to have a purpose.
Go, you just do your own thing, girl. What the fuck are you talking about the life? Why are you being philosophical?
Because that's the first time she has felt brave.
Oh, right. Like, she's always been shy and timid, right?
Mm-hmm. So if it's for her child's sake,
she will do it.
She feels like she can do it.
Oh, that's a... She grew up to be a beautiful mom. Oh, my precious Tam Tams is grown up to me. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, no, he being potato.
No, talking about Tammy asking her to hold the baby.
He's like, oh my god, it's so tiny and wiggly.
Should we hang out with Dad in the...
Go in there.
Because we can still play around with the xenobotany.
Okay. Well, we get money too.
Yeah.
And we get friendship with Cal too. Okay.
Back in the lab, you have all the right equipment to properly examine that radioactive plant you found, like 2 years ago. Maybe you can find a way to protect yourself from it so you don't need to drag a radiation-proof environment suit with you every time you go to that part of the planet.
Ooh. So that means maybe we can explore after we do this.
Okay. Radiation poisoning isn't the killer it used to be on Earth. With medbeds, you can flush out deadly doses of radiation in a few hours.
Among Us? Among Us?
I like this.
Among Us?
It could still make you really sick, though, and high enough doses could kill you before you're even able to reach your medbed. How confident are you that you know how to protect yourself? We got engineer 4 grader. We could be confident.
Oh my god. Dear God, thank God we have that high engineer.
For science! Yeah, you totally got a handle on this. You're an engineering wonderkin.
Why is our child...
You can't say that word.
No, why is our child a special Twinkie? Why do I feel like they steered her into like, I see shiny, let me poke it.
Because it's you.
No, that's what I'm trying to say.
Because you're also her parent and you're also controlling this. You see it because you see it in yourself.
Oh my god, what is going on?
You take all the correct precautions. You clear the area of anything that might be contaminated. You wear a radiation-proof hazmat. You regularly check the radiation levels of the lab, and you and congruence are on standby to call for help if you need it. Everything goes smoothly. You discover that the radioactive part of the plant is confined in the carpel of the flower, its reproductive organs, and the petals act as a radioactive shield to protect the rest of the plant. Actually, yeah, that's cool.
So that means you have to take that part of the plant to actually...
So you basically have to sterilize the plant. Ripping out is reproductive organs.
So that you can make a synthesized version of it to protect yourself and the world. Because obviously there's no way they're going to keep, extracting from multiple plants. So they're going to have to synthesize it.
Listen, if you press the center of the flower, the petals close and block the radiation enough that a person can pass by without feeling sick. Neat. You should be able to use this to protect yourself next time you encounter this plant in the wild.
Okay. Well, that means it's time to it's time to go exploring next month.
6, 5, 4, 3, and 3. It's only 20 stress. We can do it. Because Bounce Weasel.
Oh, Cal's so precious.
Cal is.
I feel like he's a chipmunk. I think his spirit animal is a chipmunk.
Why?
Because they're like chipmunks like plants and eating, and Cal is like plants and eating and sleeping.
Okay, so we're going.
So he's Theodore.
So we're going outside again.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go to. We need flowers, and it's pollen time, so it would be best to go to the pollen land.
Yes. Forge in the valley.
Has it reset? Oh yeah, it's okay. It's reset. That means we can just beeline towards the thing.
Yep, because our perception is aced.
Got the bobber fruit. That means we can abuse Cal.
All right, let's see. Valley of Squidly.
You just yelled at Squidly. Squidly Peterson doesn't need to be yelled at.
I know but Squidly be taking his sweet ass time. And since we can basically bypass all this, we could just
get the.
Wait, what the fuck are you doing?
Am I seeing what I'm seeing here? You made me hurt my own brain cells, telling me he died. Why do I seem alive?
Why are you here?
Who are you?
You're taking a sample at the base of the tree when you feel something patter off of your head and fall to the ground. It's a nut? That's strange. This species doesn't usually... You look up and your stomach lurches when you realize you've been being watched this whole time. A pair of familiar eyes peer down at you from the branches. Motherfucker, I want to hit you.
You made us be in agony. Thought we killed you by accident.
He grins down at you. Well, if it isn't the little human. Have you come to visit me, Sugarvon? I saw your ass die.
I demand the hand of slaps. You made me think I killed you by accident because I wanted dice. I'm like, Sam is a precious potato bean who needs help in the brain, but...
Did you? He says slyly. You'd think I
demand the hand slaps.
If you did witness my
death, demand to slap the back of his head.
I apologize.
I demand to slap 100 times from the back of his head.
He leans down from the branch, his long hair dangling just out of reach. I imagine I didn't enjoy it much either.
I guess I'm happy you're alive.
He sighs gratuitously. I wish everyone felt that way, he mutters. One of my associates seems to feel otherwise. At your confused look, he waves his hand. One of the other gardeners. Noctilescent. They really don't care for you humans, I'm afraid. They're aware of taking an interest in you.
Can somebody explain how the fuck he came back alive?
Well, Sim drops gracefully out of the tree and dusts himself off. He clasps you on the shoulder.
No. If you come down tree, I'm gonna put my foot out and get your ass a FaceTime on the floor. I deserve that, man. You caused me brain to go shut down. I demand the hand slaps. Where's the hand slapping feature?
I'd watch out for them if I were you, he says. They're quite dangerous. Sim turns to leave, and you sputter and grab his sleeve. You can't. After all that, you deserve answers. Real ones.
Are you really Sim? Yes.
What do you really do here, or are you really Sim?
I think the second one might be more about the land, and then the first one is more about him. But I think we should focus more on the land. Maybe asking that question, I might correlate to him why he resurrected.
Okay.
Let's see that was it.
What do you really do? Sim gives you a blank smile. I am a gardener, he says simply. I was created to be a gardener, and I imagine I will be one until my services are no longer required. At your look of confusion, Sim softens. Humanity is so concerned with purpose, he says sadly. It is because you were not created for one, and you spend the entirety of your short lives under the impression that you need one. The concept of someone having a purpose must be seductive.
I think the fact that how the fuck did you come back alive?
He shrugs one elegant shoulder. My existence is simple. I act in the ways for which I was created.
So, wait, since you're created, does that mean they can have an automatic resurrect button for you if you died?
That's a good question.
Because remember how you were saying that they're a hive mind and they have all their consciousness in that point. So does that mean even if Sims died, his consciousness is still there? So that means they just need to replicate a new body for him and his consciousness is back?
I don't know. That's
so he's an android?
I'll just go ahead and click, are you really Sim? The one and the same, Sim answers, carefully prying your hand from his clothing. I acknowledge this is difficult for you to understand. He takes a deep breath, considering his words carefully. Humans have but one short window of consciousness, which encourages you to think for yourselves as individual points on the line of history. You are, quite clearly, not your parents, or your grandparents, or your unborn children. You are your own marvelous creature.
Okay, you fancy talking nincompoop. You still making me mad. You died out of nowhere.
He places a hand on his chest. I do not disappear when this form dies. I am eternal in a sense.
So it just confirmed what I was thinking. So no matter how he, that's kind of sad. That means no matter what he will feel, he obviously feels pain when he's hurt.
Yeah.
So that means every time he is killed, he's literally just they shut him down and restart him over. And I'm like, oh, so he never has relief.
I am.
No wonder he's so
all
fascinated
who came
with humans.
before, and I am all who will come after. I am my own legacy. I am symbiosis.
Oh.
He tilts his head to the side as if listening for something and squeezes your hand. I fear I've said too much. I hope I can see you again, and that all may be revealed to you.
Wow.
And here's a boss thing. You spent time working.
The strange spongy soil. I want to put that.
I couldn't even read the prompt first.
I saw spongy soil. I want to poke it.
You spent some time working in geoponics, so you know your way around a plant or two. Walking through this area, you know something different about it. The bare ground feels bouncy, like a trampoline, and the plants are all weirdly stunted. Not a lot can stifle nature here, so it's honestly a little weird, and there's no grasses or mosses growing anywhere. And I will notice it.
You poke the soil?
It's pink and fleshy, and is an even ground. Did we find a faceless? I hope we didn't find a faceless.
I know I said I wanted to poke squish. I saw the option say poke the squishy
You kneel
floor.
down and take a closer look. It's more like a dense moss or coral. You press a hand to the moist, squashy substance. It smells sweet and starchy, like cake. It blankets the ground in a...
So they gave birth to cakes?
What kind of mind do you have?
Instead, cake floor!
Either way, it smells good. You dig a large chunk of the sponge cake
See?
up to bring back to geoponics. Further analysis is needed, but you have a good feeling about this one.
Okay, so xenobotany first, then go to the strange one because we to find steel. I'm curious about more about the land now.
Okay, well, we're just going through and getting items. I don't care about these squidlies. I got my own squidly. He's a great squidly.
Horoses!
I will shove your head up a Horos's ass if you keep that in. Get that barber. Oh, why are you here?
Horoses, run away!
I'm gonna... Does this loop? It does. Okay. We're gonna talk to you first. I don't even get to read the prompt.
I just saw a pop-up. You think I'm gonna look at the blue screen?
The paths are narrow and in a constant need of repair. There's a team working here trying to repair one of the jelly arches that collapsed and covered the path in 30 centimeters of sticky goop. Utopia waves you over. Hey, Solana, can you give us a hand? We can't get the vehicles through here until this is cleared up, and it's going to take all day. Using biology. It's super easy. But brain. It's 61. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Float cow and staying cool. You get 23 of that off. Let's keep going. Get this one here and a 3 and a 2. It got 21. All right, so...
Can you add it up to 30? I mean 17. Yeah, pretty much.
You here, and then put you a 3 here. And then we're going to do this, and everybody goes into blue. Oh, yeah, you've seen this stuff desiccate in low humidity, like in dust. You throw powdered desiccant over it and let physics do the work. It's easier to plow through a bunch of plumped up granules of desiccant gel than it is to shovel all the slimy mug. You saved a few hours. Give me the barber fruit, and then we're going to mess with manticore.
I mean, do you want to? Because then we would have to take a month off, remember? If you keep wasting the thing.
True, but don't you want to know why it's there?
You sure it's not just respawn?
No, because it's a event.
Okay.
First, let's check if there's... I took your child. What do you want? Oh, it's what Utopia, though. The Valley of Vertigo spans a huge and relatively safe area. It's so rare to see other foragers out here. It's surprising when you come across Utopia and two other foragers crouching in the underbrush. Psst, Solana, Utopia hisses. Get over here. You slink over to the other foragers through a gap in the underbrush and you spot a terrific sight. A fully grown manticore has fallen into a nest of at least 20 snap bladders and they're engaged in what looks like a battle to the death. I've got 10 kudos on the snap bladders, she says. I fell into a nest once. I was laid up in med bay for a week. So they're watching it die.
That's kind of mean. Help the manticore. We got animals.
Poor manticore, one of the foragers say, well, way to go. The last forager snorts. Those snap bladders don't have a chance. I take 10 on the manticore. The manticore roars in pain as it's torn apart by a whip-fast, hungry snap flap. Okay, so we're going to help him?
Where you get snap flap? It's snap bladders.
Snap bladders, okay?
Good Lord.
I screwed up.
I should be doing that nonsense.
So are we going to help him?
Yeah.
Our rebellion is going to probably destroy us, but yeah, we'll help it.
Hero says.
Aw, surprise party.
Oh. What the fuck is on the first one? Can you take that down?
What?
Can you take the first one down?
No, it's stuck on there.
Oh, that's because you said +3 on the third
Again,
one.
you can't say that word. I could get flagged on YouTube.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's dumb. Because they said +3 on. Oh, it stays there. Okay.
Yes, it stays there.
Well, I thought it was only one time.
So 4, 5, 4. Oh, actually, put you there. Put you there. Really? But I'm gonna go ahead and
Super chest.
yes,
+2 as the last card.
+2 to the last card, and then +3 during the challenge.
Why would you make the Bobby do that?
Because it was a 5,
Uh,
and that was the biggest thing that I had other than the radioactive plant. And since they were all yellows, I got
bonus.
So we supered it. Utopia tries to stop you as you burst through the underbrush, dedicating yourself to being the best distraction your weak, fragile human body can be. Really? Enough for the snap bladders to turn their focus on you that the manticore is easily able to pick the others off. Crunch, munch, snap. Off go enough heads in the manticore's powerful jaws that the survivors cut their losses, disappearing back into the burrow.
what does it say?
Now you find yourself face to face with the manticore, Vitruma's perfect murder machine, but it looks at you quizzically. Because
Friendship?
that's the thing with predators. I'd rather be attacked by a predator than be attacked by prey, because a predator will think about the risk. Prey, fight to the death and fight for keeps. So I have a better chance with him than the snap bladders. You look back. You feel a weird connection to this creature.
We have wind?
And then it lunges at you. You scream in terror and get the hell away.
Bruh.
Luckily, the manticore is too wounded to bother chasing, and we can just go home.
So we stay connect for 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you now. Oh my god.
It's like, you saved me? Why?
I'm gonna kill you now, so come here.
I mean, technically...
Bring your weak baby limbs over here so I can munch on your necks.
Your what?
Your legs.
Okay, so now we can stop it here because we're at an hour. Or
Okay.
do you want to just continue on the recording and just break it into 2?
We can stop here.
Okay.
Hero says.
Please stop that.
Yeah.
First, whoops, not that. Give
How dare you feed him a bobber fruit?
give you that. First, we gotta give everybody their usual gifts because it's a new season.
So yes, Cal is Theodore.
And we gave him his food.
Cal is Theodore.
Okay. Then Marzipu. Go up that way, please. I don't see anything wrong with living a life of leisure, Mars muses. It's just because I'm not digging plants out of the dirt or shooting a gun doesn't mean I don't contribute. She gestures to the engineering structure. It takes years to see a tangible benefit from science research, and we still fund them, don't we? It's the same for generating culture. You have to take it on faith that it will benefit you in the future. Honestly, I wish people benefited with science like that. Okay, so you got your thing. Huh?
Someday, somehow, we have to get a stick for Rex.
Why do you want to give him a stick? No, I know why you want to give him a stick so bad. I'm just
Why?
like...
Why? You never know. I want to see if you never want it.
I think we've given him a mushwood log before.
We did?
I think.
I don't remember.
Yes, I have seen the Blessed Child. Tang says, barely looking up from her microscope. Truly a miracle how an organic being could possibly exchange genetic material with another organic being, resulting in the creation of another organic being. A process organic.
We understand your hatred for the human body, goddammit, woman. We just want friendship.
She circles her finger in the air.
Who slapped you?
Yippee.
Who slapped you?
Hope you find it useful, you cold harpy.
Good Lord. We're just trying to show good news and happiness, good Lord. Maybe, yes, that is indeed not your cup of tea, but god dang, woman.
Okay. Have we ever tried crystals or flowers on anemone?
Can we throw an egg at her face?
We've tried that before. She doesn't care for eggs.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Because we still don't know what she likes.
I don't remember giving her an egg.
We've given her an egg before, especially as a kid.
Well, I thought we gave her a stick.
We've given her the stick. We've given her the egg. We've given her barber fruit. We've given her cake. That she don't like them. Should we... What should we try?
I mean, the crystals, that's not her thing. Food. The only thing I can think...
Should we try the flower?
If we did do that, then we just wasted a flower we can use for different ones. Try the crystal again.
She doesn't like them.
I knew it. I was like, it looks like she doesn't. This crystal is not her thing.
Well, at least we know what she doesn't like.
She looked like the person who don't care for crystals.
Well, that's pretty much everyone that we really care about. It's sad that we actually do not try to deal with the Helio kids at all.
I mean, except for Nomi and Rax.
Should we give something to Nomi?
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
give her a shiny crystal.
Them.
Yes, no. I said they.
No, you said her.
Oh, right. Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Alright, so a shiny crystal for you.
Oh, she likes crystals.
You said it again. They.
They like crystals.
It makes rainbows. It's perfect. Okay. So, yeah. We'll stop it here. We'll come back eventually. And I see you blinking. Do you want to stop here or do you
No, my brain farted for a second.
Was this too info heavy for you? Okay.
The brain of the DNA sciences, I'm just like, I came back to class.
You're back to class
Nightmares.
and you don't know nothing.
No.